Four news stories for you from Ethiopia and Eritrea. First news story is about some meetings held in Nigeria. PM Abiy was in Nigeria last week. He was there on 2-day official visit, and we know that African Union's mediator to resolve Tigray conflict is also from Nigeria. He is Olusegun Obasanjo, who's been traveling to Tigray, Amhara, Afar to resolve the ongoing Ethiopian conflict. Some meetings were held reportedly in Nigeria with the participation of TPLF representatives too. A second news story is from Tigray-Eritrea border. Fighting erupted there last week. Getachew confirmed in a statement a few hours ago. Now, what is Ethiopian government saying? Was there any fighting on Tigray-Eritrea border? It's part of Ethiopia, Tigray. And who started this escalation? Lagasse Tolo, Ethiopian communication minister, spoke a short while ago. Third news story is about the two Eritrean soldiers shown on Tigray news channels. Tigray has shared details about these two soldiers. What are their names, from which divisions, brigades are they? And lastly, what's very important news story, who started this escalation? We'll try to share our opinion with you. I'll try to assess the situation. Two sides will keep on saying that the other side started this escalation. But I'll try to give you my analysis. Firstly, PM Abiy with the First Lady was in Nigeria last week. On 2-day visit, he was there. From Nigeria, he went to Equatorial Guinea, where there was an African Union conference about coups, terrorism and humanitarian issues. Then he flew to Nairobi, Kenya, and now he's back in Ethiopia. When he was in Nigeria, some meetings were held reportedly with the mediation of Olusegun Obasanjo. Olusegun Obasanjo was appointed as a mediator to resolve Tigray conflict by African Union, and he has traveled to Ethiopia several times in the past few months. He's traveled to Tigray as well. He's been in Afar, in Amhara as well. And he's been trying to mediate. Now, the meetings which were held in Nigeria were attended by some TPLF representatives too. One name is circulating from TPLF side. Though we heard rumors about Getachew, but we cannot confirm those rumors. Name of the person who reportedly represented TPLF in Nigeria is Birhane Gebrekristos. Birhane Gebrekristos is a former Ethiopian ambassador to US, and he's been working with TPLF since the start of this conflict. We have seen him having meetings with Tigrayan diaspora, with diplomats of other countries. So he is working on behalf of a Tigray government in other countries, in foreign countries. And reportedly, Birhane Gebrekristos and others took part in the meetings with Ethiopian PM Abiy. What was discussed, what was finalized, it's not clear. But this development shows the progress. The speed is slow, but gradually, Abiy-Tigray relation is improving. Tigray-Eritrea relation is not improving. Tigray-Amhara relations deteriorating. Only improvement is that Tigray is now pulling its punches when it comes to criticizing PM Abiy. But it does not pull any punches when it lashes out at Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean government or Amhara regional government. Some meetings were held reportedly in Nigeria. A second news story is about Tigray-Eritrea border escalation. It wasn't just border fighting. Hundreds have been killed, according to Tigray government. Where is Ethiopian government? Tigray is part of Ethiopian government. Does it have any information about this fighting? Lagasse Tolo is Ethiopian communication minister. He spoke a short while ago with some journalists. He said that Ethiopian government did not have any information about fighting on Ethiopia, Eritrea, Tigray-Eritrea border. Isn't it strange, viewers, that a country does not know about fighting on its border? Tigray is part of Ethiopia. Getachew says around 300 Eritrean soldiers were killed and wounded. And Lagasse Tolo says that government has no information. And secondly, he said that if there was fighting, it must have been started by Tigray People Liberation Fund. See how irresponsible is this statement. I mean, he says that he does not have any information, but if there was fighting, then obviously TPLF might have started it. So he is in advance blaming TPLF. That shows the irresponsible attitude of Ethiopian communication minister. Government must be aware of its borders. If Tigray is part of Ethiopia, Ethiopian government has drones, quality drones, reconnaissance drones, which can easily monitor what's happening on the ground in border areas. It means that the drones were not operating there. Ethiopian government is not part of this new escalation between Tigray and Eritrea, it seems. This statement of Lagasse Tolo indicates. Thirdly, viewers, Tigray news channels have shared information about POWs. Two have been shown so far. Tigray said it has captured 4 POWs of Eritrean Defense Force. 2 have been shown so far. Their names, their battalions, brigades have been shared by Tigray-backed news sources. 2 soldiers, one is Umar Usman Muhammad. He is from Aderde and Siba area in Tigray. And he is from 57th Division, 2nd Brigade, 3rd Battalion of Eritrean Defense Force. Second person is Yabyo Kifle. He is from 57th Division, 2nd Brigade and 3rd Battalion of Ethiopian, Eritrean Defense Force. So Tigray has shared now their names, names of their battalions, their units. And Yabyo Kifle was recruited just a few months ago in November 2021. It means he just finished his training and he was sent to battlefront. Now we are waiting for official statement from Eritrea, which is expected in coming hours. Now, it's lastly very important to point who started this conflict, this new escalation. Eritrea has been saying for days that Tigray is planning a military offensive on Eritrea. Tigray today, through Getachew, said that through its communication department said that this military offensive was launched by Eritrean military to take control of Tigray's territories, and fighting happened in Adi Ovala, which is part of Tigray, 30-40 kilometers away from border. So Tigray's position is clear. Eritrean position is awaited, but Eritrea says that Tigray is planning attack on Eritrea. Now, what Getachew said was that this offensive was launched on the 24th of May, which was being celebrated as Independence Day in Eritrea. Eritrean generals, their ruler Isaias Afwerki, foreign diplomats, they were in Asmara, at Asmara Stadium. It's very unlikely that Eritrea started this military offensive on its Independence Day. It's very unlikely. Circumstantial evidence does not back this claim made by Getachew. Either it was sudden escalation, it wasn't planned, I think, or it was started by Tigray Defense Force. That's my understanding of this situation. It could be a sudden escalation, as is being implied by these captured POWs, who say that they were on some intelligence gathering mission and they were confronted by Tigray forces. Fighting then ensued, and then fighting intensified. So it might have been sudden escalation in border area of Badme, where we've seen clashes a few days ago as well, because Badme is still contested. Tigray is not ready to step back from its claim over Badme. Either it was a sudden escalation or Tigray planned it. I don't think that Eritrea would have liked to start an escalation on border on its Independence Day, when obviously its generals, its military, they were there in Asmara. Though it does not mean that there were no deployments on border. Obviously, border is never left unguarded. But that day was not the day for the start of a military offensive. So my position is that a sudden escalation, or it was launched by Tigray Defense Force. Thank you for watching.